I fell pregnant in 2019,
Okay.
like October time, and she was born in July. So I was about 5 months pregnant when COVID hit. You know, when I had my second baby and I went and I had the same midwives, I saw them their full face for the first time because I'd never
Yeah.
seen them without a mask on. So I
Yeah.
remember one coming in, her name was Lucy. She's like an actual angel. And she was like, "You've never seen my mouth before." And I was like, "No, nice to see your proper face." It was really weird.
Yeah,
But
I think
yeah.
you forget how intense that first lockdown was,
Mhm,
because I mean, it all just seems like a crazy dream now. And obviously, we
mhm,
adapt quite quickly in the moment to whatever
mhm.
circumstances we're in to a certain extent. You know, you have to accept it, it's what's going on. But afterwards, when you look back now, you know, it's amazing that you did as well as you did, probably because I think I
Yes.
was anxious at the third lockdown, but that it was a different scene. You know, people were much more relaxed about it in
Mhm.
comparison. That March announcement, you know, it felt
Mm.
apocalyptic, really, to a
Well,
certain degree.
yeah,
And you
I
go
was
to a supermarket, there's
terrified.
no bread, and you're just like, well, what's happening? What's happening
Mhm.
to this world that I've known?
It was scary. Yeah.
Yeah.
I still,
Yeah.
like, don't talk about it, but I'm more than happy to talk about it, now. I wouldn't have if I wasn't, but I still we don't discuss it much. We're a very open family. I mean, we don't really talk about it with the girls. They'll be like, "We just brush over that. I'll tell you when you're old enough to
Yeah, exactly.
understand the concept of trauma. You don't understand it now." But,
Yeah.
yeah, it
Yeah.
was intensely traumatic. I remember I hadn't seen my mum, obviously, during all of lockdown, and then when you were allowed to bubble, I think it was, that's when, Grace was born, and she'd come over. I was trying to breastfeed. Oh, that's a whole nother level. I don't need to open that can of worms, but it didn't go well. And I remember trying to ring like the Letch League or something, and it was like a
Yeah.
48-hour wait for response. And I was like, great, what do I do with my baby in the meantime? And
Yeah,
I remember my
exactly.
mum coming over, and I was still very scared, but I hadn't seen her for so long. I remember her opening up the door. She had a mask on, and I just sobbed and just ripped it off and held her. And she hadn't hugged me for 6 months. And then like
And you're at,
introducing, it was
yeah.
so emotional, introducing Grace to her, be like, here's your granddaughter. And she was just a mess. She's downstairs now being like kicked about by my toddler and Grace, who they have no concept of where their limbs are. She probably doesn't even remember it, but
No, she
I
will do.
do.
She will do because you know, it's her. You're an only child. You're her baby. You're at one of the most vulnerable times in your whole life. And there's this whole situation where she can't get to you. She will absolutely remember that.